everybody, welcome back to another of my videos. My name is Steph. Hi, welcome back. If you know me already, if you don't know, baby, fit about subscribing to my channel and hitting my notification bell. Today's video is going to be a strawberry cake. I'm going to show you how to make a strawberry cake from scratch. I've already done a couple of little things, like lined my cake tin with parchment paper. Okay, saves a bit of time. For these ingredients, you are going to need caster sugar. Okay, you're going to need baking powder, you're going to need self-raising flour, you're going to need eggs, and you're going to need oil. Okay, and you're going to need the strawberries. These are British strawberries. I got these reduced, I don't know if you can see that they were reduced from, they were £3 and they were reduced to 75p. So pick them up and see if I can make something delicious with them. They're still in quite good condition too. So let's get cracking, stay tuned, and we'll, like after you have lined your tin and put the oven on, wash your strawberries, which is what I've just done, right? Okay, wash your strawberries, then just take the stalk out, cut them in half. Okay, you want to weigh out about 8 ounces, okay, and then leave the rest aside if you have any spare. Okay, so I'm going to just chop the strawberries, take the stalk out for this bit. Okay, pull the stalk out, cut strawberry in half. All right, just put it in a bowl, which is what I've done. Okay, I'm going to do that, and then we'll get back to the next bit. Right, I've cut up and weighed my strawberries, okay? Right, going to put them in the bowl like I said, and then we'll start on the next bit. So there's my strawberries, cut in half, and with that the green bit in. Now I still have, this pallet of strawberries that I've got was 500 grams, just about right for what I want to do. Next half part of the strawberries, I'm just going to split them in half. I want some for decorating the top. I also want some for making a strawberry coulis, like a sauce to dribble on the top. So I'm going to split them in half and do the same with them. Okay. What I've got to say as well, if you pick out the strawberries that look nice, the nicest strawberries that are not too, like if they've got a little bit squashed or anything like that, pick out the nicest ones to decorate the top. Okay, so the prettiest ones to decorate top, the other ones don't really matter because they're just going to get chopped up and put in the cake or made into a sauce. Okay, so keep the pretty ones. Right. I say the rest of the strawberries that I've split in half, I'm going to put in my little blender, right, and this is going to be my strawberry coulis. Okay, so just bung your strawberries, make sure you've taken the stalks off. Don't want any green bits in it. Okay, like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to put some icing sugar in it, and I'm going to give it a good whisk up. Right, I've added a tablespoon of icing sugar. I'm going to whisk it up now and we'll see the consistency. We can always add some icing sugar if we need be, but I've added 1 tablespoon to start off with. Okay, the sauce mixed up. I am going to add a little bit more icing sugar because it is rather runny. I don't want it too runny. I want it sort of medium consistency. I don't want it running. I want it to make sort of swirls in the cake, so if it's too runny it's just going to blend in with the cake. So I'm going to add just a little bit more icing sugar and then we're going to go from there. Right, strawberry sauce is done now. It's a little bit thicker than it was, look. Okay, not so runny, makes it a little bit easier to control when you're decorating the cake. Okay, right, next we're going to beat 2 eggs, okay, and a cup of sugar, and we're going to beat it until it goes a nice consistency, sort of creamy consistency. Alright, so break 2 eggs in your mixing bowl. Okay, so 2 eggs, just break them in your bowl. 1, 2, okay, like that. Don't get any shell in it. If you do, then just get it out. Okay, I'm just going to quickly wash my hands. Right, then you need a cup of caster sugar. Okay, so you're going to need your cup. I've bought some, look, and they're cute. Right, cup of caster sugar. Okay, or cup. Alright, so measure your sugar out. Now a cup does look a lot, but don't panic, okay? A cup of sugar, dip it in with your eggs. Alright, and then we're going to give it a good mix up, okay, until it becomes a bit of a creamy consistency. I will show you that in a minute. Next we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extracts, vanilla, look. Okay, so a teaspoon of vanilla to the eggy sugary mixture. Okay, tap that in, and then we're going to need a half a cup of Greek yogurt. Okay, forgot to tell you we need yogurt. Okay, right, so not sure how to do this. I think I might spoon it in. Okay, this is what gives it the nice moist texture. If you haven't got Greek yogurt, you can use, I suggest you use Greek yogurt or sour cream, okay, because you want something with a sort of thickish consistency. You don't want natural yogurt, okay, it's a bit too runny. Add that to your mixture, right, and then I'm going to go and give that another whisk up. Alright, yogurt. The eggs and the sugar mixed together as you saw. Now I've added the vanilla and the Greek yogurt, and I've given it a whisk. So this is what the consistency looks like once you have whisked that. Now we're going to do the flour and the baking powder. Now you can do the dry mixture in a different bowl, but I'm being lazy. I'm going to bung it all in the same bowl, just because it all ends up in the same bowl in the end anyway. Right, you need 2 cups of flour. Okay, so 2 cups of flour going into your wet mixture. Okay, I'm going to get trouble getting it all out. I'm going to use a spoon because it doesn't want to come out the bag. I apologise for the noise in the background, but I have my washing machine going because I do have quite a bit of washing to do. Being a mum of 3. Right, that's 1 cup. Okay, so 2 cups of flour. That's 1. 2 cups of flour. Okay, dip it in your wet mixture. Alright. Right, next you need your baking powder. Alright, we're going to need 2 teaspoons. Where's my spoon? Sorry, teaspoons. I need your 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Alright, if I can get in the blinking thing. There it is. I'm sorry, I couldn't get in it. Right, I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of baking powder. I'm going to try and tip you back a little bit. So, yeah, that's tight. I know you don't really want to see my face, but I feel like yeah. Right, 2 teaspoons of baking powder into the wet mixture again. Alright. Okay, so in that we have our dry mixture now. So that is your flour and your baking. You need a quarter, right? So a very small amount of salt. That is just to help with the sweetness, because obviously being sugar, it is quite a sweet mixture. Probably put a little bit too much on there, so I'm just going to tip a little bit in. And I'm going to throw the rest over my left shoulder because it's supposed to be lucky, really. I see on the floor. Right, that's my dry mixture now. I'm going to give it a whisk and I will be back. Right, this is the batter when I have finished mixing it up. It is a very creamy consistency, as you can see. Okay, not overly runny, very creamy. All right, that's the consistency that you want. And then now we've got a batter, and we're going to put just a couple of spoonfuls of batter into a normal bowl. Okay, just a normal bowl, just a little bit, just a couple of spoonfuls. All right, a couple of spoonfuls, and then in that bowl we're going to add some of our strawberry coulis. Okay, so we don't want to add too much because we need some to decorate top, but we're just going to add some to the mixture. Just going to add a little bit at a time. Okay, just add a little bit more. I only need a little dribble for the top anyway. That's a better colour. If you want to make it a little bit redder, I suggest you put a little bit of red food colouring into it, which is what I'm going to do. Right, so I've added some food colouring to my coulis cum batter mix, right? And now I'm going to put on in my cake tin. Okay, I will show you what I'm doing. Bum pot. Right, so I've got my cake tin. In the bottom of the cake tin, I'm going to put in just a normal cake mix. Okay, just going to give it another stir because it seems to have, where it's been standing whilst I'm mucking about, it's gone a little bit thicker than it should. I am going to add, no, it's alright. Right, I'm going to put my cake mixture in, just going to layer it on the bottom. Alright, just one layer, just one. So the mixture is quite creamy, quite sort of gloopy, if that makes sense, but I know what I mean. Okay, this is what it looks like when you've done that. Now I'm just going to dribble, right, my coulis, my cake mix cum coulis, okay, over the top of the strawberries. Just gonna dribble it on. Okay. You see what I'm doing? Just make sure you've covered some of your strawberries, make it look decorative. Okay. Okay, and then what we do next, we're going to layer another normal layer on top. Okay, but I'm just going to finish off this bit and then I'll show you exactly what it looks like. Right, I've layered the plain mixture on top. Now I'm going to leave these strawberries half and I'm going to layer them round on the cake, push them into the mixture, okay? And then I'm going to do the same as I did and just sprinkle it with a bit of coulis. Well, it's not, you know what? Really? Bit pink and pretty. Okay, and then we're going to put it in the oven. Right, I'm going to put it in the oven at 180 degrees for about 35 minutes. But keep an eye on it, okay, with your skewer. If it looks like it's done, before 35 minutes, take it out, okay? In it goes. Ta-da! We should be back. What cake looked like when it came out the oven. Okay, it did take longer than I thought it would. It took about 50 minutes altogether. Okay, so do check it with your skewer. Stick your skewer in the middle, pull it out. If it has got mixture on the skewer, sort of soft mixture, then it's not cooked long enough, so put it back in the oven for a little while, then take it out again in 5-10 minutes and check it again. Okay, make sure that your skewer is clear or clean, okay? Then it means it's cooked.